Jerry Tipton, you got first. Go ahead.
Oscar, how much of an impact did it make in the last game that when Sabir was not out there with you guys down the stretch, or for the whole game, really?
That really hurt us a little bit. Um, but I think we work, we fight, we did fight. You know, we cannot just. The good thing about this team is everybody willing to fight to help this team. Even we're missing one person, but we still fight. But I think we could do better with them in the court.
Thanks.
Larry Vaught, go ahead.
Good morning, Oscar.
Good morning.
Just wondering what you thought of your first SEC road game. Was the game more physical than you thought it would be?
It was a more physical, fast game. But for me, like I say, I do not really care about who we're going against. The fight is against ourselves. If we learn how we can we can battle against ourselves, then it's gonna be easy when we go against somebody else. But road trip, it was kind of a little bit tough, but we learning from that. For me, I learned a lot, and my teammates, everybody know how it's like. Now you cannot take an easy way out. You gotta go fight. They're not gonna give you anything easy out there in a road trip game.
So what did you learn the most, you think, yourself? You said you learned things.
For me, like you just gotta stay focused and you gotta finish your fight. You cannot let the rope go, like coach say. You gotta fight. You gotta fight until the end. Uh, to fight, we are together, so we gotta learn how we gotta finish. We start good, we keep up, we do everything good, but like we gotta learn how we gotta finish. Like coach say, we gotta play to win, not play the game not to lose. We gotta just finish.
All right, Dick Gabriel, you and then John Hale. Oh, hold on, Marie, stop muting each other there. Hold on, Dick. There you go.
You got me?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. Good morning. I'm wondering, I've seen you now being double and triple teamed when it comes to being blocked out under the boards as you try to rebound.
Right.
I'm wondering, first of all, if you've ever encountered that up until now. Your reputation, I guess, precedes you.
Mhm.
Number two, you are such a student of the game. You talk about learning and knowing how to rebound.
Mhm.
What kinds of things have you figured out to try to combat that?
Um, from now on, everybody we're gonna play. They're not just gonna let me go out there and get every basketball rebound. So I just gotta keep fighting. So I gotta find a way. I gotta fight without getting fouled because the foul really hurt us, the team. Because my teammate they really want me out there and keep helping. I gotta just keep fighting, find the way I cannot get a foul because the team, like I told my teammates, if they put it 3 people to back me out, that means there's a 3 can go get the ball. It's better for me those 3 people stay with me, backs me out, than you guys go get the ball. When they see you guys get the ball, get the ball, get the ball, then the coach is gonna tell them, no, now just backs you guys out. Now one person he cannot backs me out. So I'll go back in the business and work again. So it's up to my teammates. They can help me up. The team is gonna backs me up. If they keep backs me out, my teammate to get the ball, the coach is gonna tell them just backs you guys out. Then it's gonna open up for me. Like in a triple double, again in a post up, when the people that double me, I kick it out. You see, they move the ball threes, move the ball threes. Long we making those, and the coach is gonna be like, do not trap no more. Just and I'll go back to work again, like 1-on-1, make it easy again.
John Hale.
Oscar, how would you describe what Jacob did the other day and with his athleticism and some of these crazy dunks and layups he makes? How do you all see that in practice every day, I guess?
We see that every day in the practice. Jacob is a great player. Jacob is type of person who always fighting, even in the practice. to see what he did in the last game. That's what we want from everybody. That's what we want everybody to do. So I'm proud of him, and I see him working. I see him get some shot up, like do a lot of different things. Jacob is one of the player who's gonna help us a lot this year too.
John Malone, you got next, and Jerry, I'll follow back up with you.
Oscar, even before this last game, Coach Calipari was talking about your ball handling. What aspect of your ball handling do you think you need to improve on?
I think just like just keep getting better. Ball handling, like when you dribble up, you gotta make sure you don't lose the ball. Like sometimes I get it like a steal. He want me to make sure like when I'm dribbling up in the court, he don't want me to lose. Like last game we played, like I was dribble up in the court and I make it like entry pass. I do ton of it. So something like that that's the ball handling I gotta keep getting better on. No, you gotta dribble not to turn the ball over.
Jerry Titten, back to you.
Yeah, Oscar, one more thing about rebounding.
Right.
How old were you when you first started playing? What did you think about rebounding then? When did it become something that was this important to you?
I started playing basketball basically when I was like 15. So I play soccer. I was a goalie. You know, you gotta catch everything. You cannot you gotta fly for everything. You know, somebody kick the ball, you gotta defend. They better not score. They better not do that. You gotta jump. You gotta do the best you can. Like you gotta find the ball. So I think that really helped me too when it came to the basketball. So every time somebody shoot the ball, my mind is it's like I'm on a goalie. Like I don't want anybody to score. I don't want to so long I touch the ball is on my hand. I feel like I'm like the goal is protected. So for basketball, this what I done in the soccer as a goalie, it really helped me up here too in the basketball. So my eyes is always trying to find the ball and go get it all the time.
And I wondered too if you had a mentor, if anyone like tried to help you with technique in rebounding or positioning, anything like that. How did you develop that?
I never develop. I just want like go get the ball every time, and I think a lot most of the time. Um, I went to West Virginia. Bob Huggins, he really helped me too for rebound. He was like most of the time if they shoot the ball, you gotta go opposite side. So I learned from that too. That helped me. Like you don't go opposite side, you're gonna run in the practice. You don't go opposite side in the game, we're gonna run in the practice. That really helped me too. And you gotta stop watching the ball. Most of the people, when somebody shoot the ball, they're watching the ball. No, you gotta go position yourself in a place where you might get the ball, and you gotta soon you position right there. Don't let anybody move you out. Just stuck right there. Basketball, and you're gonna see when somebody shoot it, and you're gonna see if he's gonna go back where the ball came from, or he's gonna go opposite side, or he's gonna bounce up and down. Like it is something like it is up here. You think yourself, you see, I got this ball. I don't care how many people are here, but like the one of the people make a lot of difficulties when they try to tip the ball. Poop, tip the ball. They make it a little bit difficult, but like as they fight and can get the ball, I feel like I can get the ball. Nobody can stop me in the country from getting a rebound.
John Hale, back to you, and then Larry Vaughn.
Oscar, I know, like you said earlier, you guys are focused mainly on yourselves.
Mhm.
But is there some sense that you guys are getting a little antsy to beat a ranked team, to prove yourselves against another top 25 team too?
Absolutely. We've been working on one thing I would say we struggle a little bit to finish a game, but like it is not a big deal for Coach Carr. He knows he's been in business for a long time. So we've been working on the last last minutes to finish a game. We start the game good. We keep up the game. We stay in the balance. We keep it. We know it's tough game, but like we gotta know how to finish. When for us, when we get to the end of the game, we start like think like we gotta do everything fast. That's the moment for me. I feel like we gotta slow down. We gotta understand the game, how we gotta win the game. We're not playing to try not to lose. We plan to win the game. So I think we've been working on the last the yesterday practice, today practice. So we're focusing on how we gotta finish against tough team.
Vermont,
Yeah, I was just wondering, you've got a new teammate on board now, Shaden Sharp. Just wonder kind of what you think of Shaden and how hard would it be to bring a new guy in and work him into the team midway of the year?
It's always help, you know. It has always help, you know. Like coach you said, they might put him in a game and he bring a lot of good thing we didn't have expected, you know. Like so for him, like for me, he's working. He's gonna if he can help us, he can help us. You cannot say no to the anything that he can help you. So I'm glad to see him. So like he has now start practice. Yeah, he start like he's doing like stuff with athletic trainer to try to make sure he's good and everything ready to go. So I'm proud. I'm glad to see him. So I cannot wait to see what he brings to help us.
Thank you.
Yes,
guys, anything else for Oscar? Don Hale, back to you.
Yeah, Oscar, on the play where Xavier got hurt, did you call out the screen? What exactly is your responsibility in that situation?
I would take a responsibility for what I screamed. That Jimmy was crazy loud. I was behind the screaming for screen. Could not hear me. So what coach told me, maybe next time just go up there and tell him scream because Jimmy was really loud. I was screaming. He could not hear that, but like I would take that on me because that was my guy who set this ball screen on him. So, but like I'm glad he's good. He's good. So everything is good for him. So I'm glad.
Anything else? All right, guys, give us just a moment here and we'll get Keon. Start with questions. John Mullen, we'll start with you.
Keon, for Shaden Sharp joining the team mid-year, it's got to be difficult for him, but you're the veteran. What type of advice are you giving to him when you speak to him about this team?
Just letting him know that, we are going through the things he went through, not to the extent coming in mid-season, but, coming in as a freshman, being part of a new team, trying to figure out, where you fit in, what's your way. He's actually my roommate, my suite mate. So, I tell him anytime he has a question or needs something answered, I'll be there to help him the best I can.
How much do you anticipate him being able to help the team this year?
That's a good question. He just got here, so we still have to, figure that out. I've watched him work out a couple of times, and as we all know, he's a really good player. He's going to be really good. But we still got to, figure out, really what the plan is. I'm pretty sure Coach, has something in store for him. I'm pretty sure Coach talked to his family about it, and we're just going to go from there.
Don Hale?
Yeah, Keon, obviously the situation was a little different because you had already played a year, but last year you had to work your way into the team midway through the season after your injury. Just what were the challenges in trying to get up to speed with a group that had been playing together for a couple months at that time?
Me, like you said, is a little different. I couldn't do a lot of body contact stuff, so really just trying to get back in game shape as fast as I could. And then, so just getting caught back up with the speed of the game. You can run so many lines and do so many drills, but the game is played at such a fast pace that you can't really simulate that in a workout with a cone. So really just, getting myself back together, bumping against bodies, being able to anticipate, what the other team is doing. That's what really, took me a while to get back going.
Don, go ahead again.
What's just the message been since Tuesday? Obviously that game was so weird in terms of the injuries you guys had, people being out. What have you all taken from that kind of to move ahead?
We've taken that, we feel like we gave the game away ourselves. A couple of plays where we, just fell asleep or, didn't fight to get a ball, kind of cost us. And we also look at it, in a positive way. Savir gets hit with a screen and goes out. And we still are in position to win that game. And then Ty, cramps up. And we're still in the position to win a game. So I feel like we have a pretty good team. We just got to figure out how we're going to finish the game in these last 4 minutes.
Kyle Tucker?
Yeah, Keon, you mentioned it sort of with yourself as he's your suite mate that you've offered to sort of give him advice or anything he might need. But just as a team collectively, how important is it? I would imagine it would in some ways feel a little bit intimidating to get dropped into the middle of a season, especially with as much expectation as comes with a guy as highly ranked as he is. Getting dropped into a group that's already been playing together, you guys already have friendships and connections. How important is it for the whole team to kind of make known to Shane that he's welcome, I guess?
This is extremely important. That's the type of team that we have, though. We're not going to outcast anybody or, shun somebody. Like, as soon as he got here, he's a part of us now. And, we just got to give him the chance and opportunity to be himself. Don't try to throw the weight of the world on his shoulders, throw these huge expectations on him, let him come in and, find his way, because that's what we all did. So we're not expecting him to be this and that. We just want to help him get better every day, and, and with that, he'll help our team.
Jerry Tipton?
Keon, both you and Oscar mentioned about late game situations, trying to iron that out, be better at that. Savir obviously wasn't there. How important is he in making the late game situations work out well for you guys?
Xavier is special in the things that he can do. We have no one on the team that can, replicate what he does. I know a lot of attention is brought to, how he controls the pace and passes the ball. But the thing I really love about Xavier is his tenacity on defense as well. He really makes it hard for other teams' point guard and get them rattled. He forces turnovers. We missed that a little bit, but Ty did a great job when he was at point guard. And then when Ty went out, Davion did an exceptional job as well. I've been saying it for a while. We believe in all three of them. And as far as the last 4 minute goes, it's just something we all collectively got to hash out as a team.
And I wondered too if Xavier and Ty are back practicing with the team since the game Tuesday.
As that ain't for me to answer. You can ask somebody else that. We just been going and practicing as scheduled. That's all I can really say.
Thanks.
John Wall.
Yeah, and it seems like every game, Coach Calipari talks about energy and effort and fight. And we see somebody like Jacob get in there and he's flopping all around, all arms and legs, perpetual motion. You're a little bit different. You're a little bit more reserved. So how do we judge you on your effort and energy out there? Is there a statistic we can go to? How do you judge yourself?
Yeah, I can't really worry about how other people judge me, but the way I judge myself is my effort. Attempting to rebound, especially offensively. I mean, defensively, you're going to have to rebound, but offensively, trying to fight for boards, running the transition. My activity on defense, whether I'm locked in talking or not. And I mean, that's what I go by. Now, if y'all want to go by anything different, that's up to you. But for me, those are the things I look at to, as I check off my list of like, okay, I play hard tonight.
Has this idea of this sprint coordinator affected you at all in terms of how you practice, how you play the game?
Not necessarily. Like, it's good to see the numbers. That really does help. But it's more so just a mentality that coach instilled back in the summer that we're going to sprint the floor no matter what. Missed shot, made shot. We're going to push the ball with some speed and get out in transition.
Hey, thanks.
Guys, anything else for Keon? Last call. All right, guys. go ahead.
Surprised you about the LSU.
3 offensive rebounds that they got basically gave them the gap that they needed. And the hustle play that Oscar made to get that last ball, wow. We struggled both on offense. We turned it over with 9 minutes to go or more because Ty was out. So we had 50 points. We end up with 60 with 9 minutes to go. We went 5, 6, but you don't have a point guard in, playing without a point guard. So that kind of stuff stood out. But we got stuff we got to clean up, and I started with it yesterday. Make it a little clearer for these guys so there's no confusion. This is how we're doing this. Last 4 minutes, this is what we're doing in these kind of games. Because to be honest, 3 games our game, we got a chance to win with 4 minutes to go. And the 3 games we lost, we kind of did the same thing. So that comes back to me. All right, you better do a better job. So last 4 minutes, I can't make a shot for him. I can't get a rebound. I can't fight for him. But I can put them in a position where they have the play they needed to make and they just didn't make it. And then you walk away and say, hey, it wasn't our day. But that's not what's happening right now.
John Hale will go to you, then Jerry Tippett.
How do you have any update on Xavier, kind of what his status for tomorrow is?
He's still day to day. He's day to day. And I don't think he'll practice today, but the neck is still bothering him. So it'll be day to day. I know he wants to play against Georgia, and no, he's not doing it out of spite he just wants to play games. But, but it'll be day to day.
Go ahead, Jerry.
Then I wondered after, I'm assuming you looked at the tape of the screen that Xavier ran into. What did it look like to you? Legal? I know Jay Billis said he thought Oscar should have called out that the screen was coming.
But it kind of happened fast, so he may be right. But when a football player does that kind of crackback, what is it?
I'm not sure what to do.
I know, because you don't know football. Anybody know football on here?
Blindside block.
And what is that, a penalty?
Yes.
What if you hurt the guy?
If it's targeting, you can eject it.
Okay, so why not in basketball don't we have something like that? That you can't go up and just blindside a guy that's running. You want to tell me why we wouldn't have that? Well, because. What? Because. What? It's a blindside screen. Even if a guy went up and he knew he was coming and he wanted to do it with his hands showing, that would be okay with me. I don't think the guy did anything dirty. I think it's a rule that needs to be changed. Now, they change rules when there's a shot clock violation late in the Final Four that's not called, when there's a goaltending call that's not called and we lose those. How about we look at this one? Here's another Kentucky rule that needs to be changed.
How big a part of basketball are backside picks where somebody comes up and the defender doesn't know he's there? Isn't that fairly common?
You have to give them a step, okay, and they're in the half court. I'm talking full court. This guy's running, and it's a blindside screen. So you're saying the same thing would be, well, what if a lineman goes and blocks a guy, and he's 2 steps from him, and he blocks him, and he's running outside, and they do the flip, and so he gets him. That's totally different than you're running, and all of a sudden you get just whacked. I mean, they call it NFL. They're all fouls. I'm not saying that anything illegal was done. I'm just saying if that kid came up and he knew the kid didn't have, and he was allowed to put his hands out so not to hurt the kid, I'd be okay with that. But to go and give that, even if it was only an inch or this, and the kid, and it's not just my kids, it's every kid. And we screen full court. I wish my guys could use their hands, not outside their bodies, but they could use their hands to stop the guy so he wouldn't hurt himself. You may not agree.
Cal Tucker, go ahead.
Yeah, Cal, regardless of what the plan is or what it ultimately becomes with Shaden, this is such a unique situation. You've been through it once before. How do you talk to the rest of your team about a guy like Shaden, a highly ranked guy like Shaden, kind of dropping right in the middle of the season? And how do you talk to Shaden maybe about how he can endear himself, ingratiate himself with the team?
Well, he just has to blend in and be a teammate, which means you got to be around the guys. You got to be there. You got to talk. Shaden is not a guy that says a lot. Well, you got it. You can do that, but the only way you create relationships is that you speak, you listen, you talk. So he'll have to do that. But he's a ways away from playing games, and it may be a year from now. I mean, he's, and they all know. I talked to him. I said, we don't have a plan for him to play this year. Maybe he does, but that is not the plan and never has been. Now, I never said it because I wanted everybody to go crazy. All the other places, well, they may have it. But the reality of it is we never had a plan. If you ask me right now, my guess is he won't play, but you don't know what happens. I mean, we've had injury after injury. This happened, that happened. We're down to 6, 7 guys. I may tell them, look, man, you got to go in 7 minutes a game. You got to play some. But my hope is we're never there.
John Wong, you got next.
Ron, I noticed this year that Coach Coleman is very vocal. He's very animated on the sidelines. We're not used to seeing that from an assistant coach. How much of an adjustment is it for you to maybe work with somebody who likes to talk as much as you do?
No, he's good. He's got great enthusiasm. And as a head coach, that's what you want to see, enthusiasm. If you walk in our practice, enthusiasm. What I've had him and all the staff do, when we're teaching, it's key words. Can't have long dissertations. We're not stopping that long. So whatever you want to say, you better say it in 3 words. And that, for all the guys, that's different. But he's got unbelievable enthusiasm. But so does Jay. They all do. If you walk in our gym, I've had people walk in and just say, wow, you see an enthusiasm. And it's what I want. It's what a head coach wants. He wants those guys to be engaged. Now, when we practice, if I'm talking, you won't believe this, everybody else better stop. But short of that, come on, let's go. Get these guys going.
John Hale, go ahead.
How was Shaden? I understand it's probably unrealistic to think he could be a major piece anytime soon, but what would the argument be for not playing him in bouts or whatever when you're playing guys who aren't part of the rotation anyway? Could that experience help him for next year, I guess?
Not if he's not ready. If I don't think he's ready to be put in a game, I'm not going to do that to him. I'm trying to protect all these kids. And I kind of explained that to him in my vision for how you need to play. In most cases, I want you to be aggressive. I want you to do what you do best, but I also want to protect you. And so with him, you got to get in unbelievable shape. He's not even close to that. You got to be able to play fast, yet still be skilled. This isn't, my pace. I'm still working on freshmen that have been here the summer, the fall, and months, and they're still not playing I'm still working on a couple guys that have been here 3 years. That you got to play with more intensity, more fight. You have to fly. You can't run at your speed. Run faster than you think you can run. It takes time, and to create a new habit is hard. And so, I'm not going to put him in a situation where he's not ready to go in. Yesterday, I had him jump and touch the rim with his head, which he did. And then we watched him shoot. and he jumped that high. Whoa, wait a minute. You put your head on the rim and you jump this high for jump shots? What are you talking about? And so all the stuff I'm trying to do is bring out a point. We ran, he didn't make any shots. I said, listen, kid, you don't have to make them all. Can't miss them all. And just because that's not so it's first day. This stuff is all new. When we start going and he's going live, he's not even gone live yet. That's when we'll figure some more stuff out. Right now, I want him to get acclimated. I want him to get to know his teammates. He's got a sweet mate, but I want him who's taking him under their wing and helping him. I would say it could be Xavier, but, right now he's just trying to get healthy.
First else, we'll go to you and then Dick Gabriel.
Hello, Coach. Hope you're doing well. Coach, speaking about Ty Washington season so far with you guys, what type of challenges you put on him on his game, and how satisfied you are on the way that he acclimated, the way that he reacts to the challenges that you put on him?
Well, he's done fine. I mean, he's quietly done the numbers that he's done as a freshman. But now he's going to have the opportunity that Tyrese Maxey had, Jamal Murray had, and some of the other guys that were playing off the ball. Now you're going to play on the ball. Now you look at those guys now professionally where they're playing. So I'm anxious to see him. I told him, what a great thing for you. You get this chance. Now, everybody on this call knows the guy that stirs the drink for us is Xavier. But you got two guys that can play that position and run our club. I told him, you got to sub yourself before TV timeouts. You can't try to play every minute. I mean, yesterday he was really good. And we'll see what happens for us if he's that guy. If Xavier cannot play, the ball will be in his hands more.
Dick Gabriel and Keith Farmer.
And John, I don't know if you saw it, but Tyler Hero got leveled by a blindside block. I think it was last night. He ended up being in a fight. But I'm wondering.
Did he really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Dick, you think about it. In football, they don't let you do that. Are you ready for this? They got pads, shoulder pads, and helmets. And they don't let you do that. Now, we could say, well, what about the offensive line when the guy goes around and he hits them? And you can say all you want. But in football, if you do that and you're nasty about it, you're thrown out of the game. Like if you move to hit a guy, you're out. Go. All I'm saying is if you're going to let that thing happen away, have the guy have his hands up, because all he's trying to do is stop the guy. Well, stop him. Get your hands up so he doesn't get whacked. But I don't know the answer, but if you said to me, he got absolutely whacked, what do you think he did? I probably would say Tyler Hero, he gets up swinging.
He did.
Yeah, I would figure that.
My question is, real quickly, in your video study of Georgia, they're struggling. Is it, and I don't need to give away the store, but is it a matter of them they miss Xavier Wheeler? I mean, losing a guy like that hurts.
Well, I think they lost a couple guys, but here's what I would say. They had Texas A&M beat. They had the lead with 6 seconds to go, and a kid makes a pull-up three, not a screen down, screen away play. The kid just came down and jacked the three, and it was guarded, and he makes a three at the buzzer, and that's how they lose. And Texas A&M 12-2. So they're capable. I'm going to tell you, all the tape I watched, excuse me, they play. I need to get tested. They play hard. All right. They compete. They run good stuff. Tom always does run good stuff. They have good defensive schemes. They do a zone 2-3. They do a matchup zone. They'll do a little bit of press. He'll throw different things. They play pick and rolls different. They're a hard show. And then sometimes they'll drop. So, it's a good challenge. And for Ty, there's different things he's going to have to face, and he hadn't faced them this year.
Keith, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. We were talking to Oscar earlier about rebounding and everything. I was just kind of curious, what is different in his technique or the way he approaches it as opposed to some of the past guys like an Anthony Davis or Julius Randle?
Well, the kid has really strong hands. So the thing that we focused on with him is grab it with two. You just make sure you grab it with two. The second piece of it is he's 255. So when he leans on you, he can then jump. You cannot jump. He's not pushing you. You're just having 255 lean on you. He'll jump to get it. You're just, and the coach, go get it. Go get it. I got a weight on my shoulders of 300 pounds. You go get it. And so that happens. Now, what happened last game twice, he didn't bum rush the 3-point shooter late because when the kid shot it, what was he trying to do? Go rebound. No. Your job was to take away that three, not rebound when that's the position. We got other guys. Let it go and then go get it. So, we talked to him about it, and we got to get him to talk more on pick and rolls and all the other stuff, but we'll see.
Anything else for Coach? All right, we will see you.